Hello, I'm Carol Mitchell, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator. And joining me now is the High Priestess of Love and Queen of the Shameless Plug, Rayceen Pendarvis.
Bam! Greetings and salutations, all. Joining us is one of our favorite divas. Welcome, Miss Roz White.
Hello. So good to be here. Thank you so much for having me. So good to see you always.
Yes, it's so wonderful to have you, and thanks for joining us. Before we start our chat, please tell the viewers a little about your background and who you are.
Sure, I'm Roz White. I am a fourth generation native Washingtonian. I grew up right in Southeast Washington, D.C., and attended all of my public school education in Washington, D.C., from elementary through college. I was a graduate of Howard University, recently obtained my master's degree in education. So I have a bachelor's in musical theater and a master's in curriculum and teaching. I spent many years as a faculty member at my alma mater, Duke Ellington School of the Arts, as well as a faculty member at Howard University. I'm an actor, I'm a vocalist. I have traveled all over the world performing and teaching, doing workshops, master classes for close to 41 years now. This is my 41st year I'm going into in the industry. So I have performed in over 200 musicals, from Dreamgirls to Bubbling Brown Sugar, Once on This Island, many shows in regional theater and national tours throughout the country. And I've performed in Amsterdam, in Paris, so many different places, beautiful venues, and still have a lot left on my bucket list, but I've done quite a bit in this short time that I've been here on Earth. So I'm excited for the future as well. But yep, that's me in a nutshell. Roz is a singer. She's an actress. She's a mom of two incredible young men, Anthony and King, and a grandmother to two beautiful grandsons, Messiah and Makari. And I am a sister to Michelle, and I always give honor to my mom, who is no longer here on Earth, but is with me always, Miss Wanda Cave. And so, yes, I am a DC girl, born and raised, and love my city, love showing up for my city and everything that it represents that is good. And I'm so happy to be here just to talk to you guys about some things that are going on and, the future. So.
Yes, we're so happy to have you as well, and DC loves you back. So you've had an amazing adventure on your life so far. But can you tell us a little bit more detail on what you've been doing for the past couple of years?
Sure. The bulk of my last couple of years was spent on the road playing Zelma Bullock, who is the mother of the iconic Tina Turner in Tina, the Tina Turner musical. This show changed my life. I was able to go all over the country and to Toronto, Canada, performing this role that has been played by Jennifer Lewis on the big screen, and so to walk in her footsteps for the stage was incredible. I got a chance to meet so many wonderful people and have made some lifelong friends on that tour. This photo is from our opening night at the National Theater, where Rayceen showered me with flowers and compliments on my performance. I was able to perform for my elementary school, junior high, high school, college professors. My grandmother was in attendance. My family came out. It was a beautiful, beautiful time to be home and to be welcomed home as a star. It's incredible to have this kind of a role at this stage, because the industry can be unkind to women of a certain age. And for me to still be working and working at this level is beautiful. I live in a city. Thus the sirens.
Yes, a city girl from mumble songs to jazz.
Okay. And while I was still on tour doing Tina, I got a call to perform this incredible piece called Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill and at Mosaic Theater Company, where we had many multi-generational matinees on Thursdays and combined audiences of seniors and high school students to have a conversation. So this was a very important gig for me because Billie Holiday is an icon as well. And I had not thought that I would be able to play this role simply because of colorism in the industry, and Billie Holiday being a fairer skinned woman than myself. I had counted myself out. So when I got the call to do it and was told that it didn't matter, that I was embodying the persona of Billie Holiday, I jumped at the chance. And this one was good. This was good. We broke records. We came in second for box office with my very dear friend Kevin Roston, who did a Donny Hathaway show called Twisted Melody. So we are neck and neck. I'm coming for you, Kelvin. But we had a wonderful time doing the show. Went right from Tina into Lady Day. So that was a lot of work vocally, learning 14 songs and a lot of dialogue, which is all me. No other person was talking on stage other than William Knowles, who had a couple of lines in the beginning and some little bit of banter. It was all me for 80 minutes standing on stage. So it was quite an undertaking, and I'm proud of myself. I accomplished that. So I feel good about that. I got a chance to have an opportunity to perform for the second time at the African American Museum of History and Culture in a disco extravaganza, which paid tribute to Sylvester. I got a chance to sing some Sylvester music and to pay tribute to Rayceen as mother. And just, it was so emotional and beautiful. And I was able to have friends invited. Actually, some of my Tina family came to see me here at the museum. It was a lovely, lovely night. We had a really good time. Really good time. Love that fro too. I also recently was on a little holiday tour, going around to different venues performing. This was the downtown holiday market on F Street. Actually a very famous tradition that has come back since things opened back up. And I'm very glad about it. The audiences were wonderful, very appreciative of keeping people in a happy and joyful spirit. And I got a chance to work with some incredible musicians, as well as invite a couple of friends to come and sing with me. So that was great. The Ask Rayceen show. This was great because this gave me an opportunity to really understand what it's like to be a part of creating a place for artists to thrive and to showcase their abilities, because there were vendors and there was spoken word and there was burlesque and there was, and I got to sing a couple songs. It was a great combination of the artistic abilities in the community here in the nation's capital. Quite a great experience for me. I really appreciate being asked to do these kinds of performances because it shows that we can collaborate, we can work together, and we can all support each other's businesses. So that was just so much fun. And look at Rayceen, just regal. I love it.
Oh, bless you. And we were so happy to have you as a part of our final season. I mean, that really meant a lot to me, more than words could say. Because you and I go back so to your old child, way back, honey, and so many lovely people that I met as I met you, Reggie Ray, Mike Malone,
Yes.
Peggy Cooper's, all of those wonderful people along the road from street theater days.
That's right. That's right. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for having me on the Ask Rayceen show, and just everything that you open many opportunities for me to showcase my gifts, and that I appreciate that. I don't take that lightly.
Oh, I bless you. I'm glad I can say I know a diva who I can call my friend.
Love it.
Yeah, that's also wonderful. You've done some really important work. I mean, just seeing everything that you've done there that you talked about just now has really been very inspiring. But can you tell us, like, what has life been like after touring, after all of that activity and excitement?
It's remained exciting. Not surprisingly, I'm not surprised at all. I knew that doing the tour would lead to, of course, more work. Once people see you on a national and international level, then you are more in demand. And so that is exactly what has happened. I've been able to perform and really do some great work to keep my chops up as an actress. I've been working with some students from the Studio Theater Acting Conservatory, and I got a chance to play the role of Mama Rose in a scene from Gypsy, which is a dream role of mine, as well as Miss Dixon from Intimate Apparel, which was played by one of my mentors, the late, great Linda Gravatt. So to walk in her footsteps, this has been a time, a season for me of full circle, of walking in some great footsteps and making a name for myself as a known entertainer in the industry for theater and for music. So this has been a really great year of growth for me and for establishment. And I'm really, really grateful. Very, very grateful.
So, Rayceen, you have the next question.
As you know, Roz, you're one of my favorite divas. And you've had the honor to portray some of the most legendary divas. You have worked with divas and legends in the entertainment industry. What are some of your most memorable moments?
Oh my goodness. How do I start this? It's been quite a journey. I wish well, we can talk about this picture. Dawn Lewis, who played Zelma Bullock in the Broadway production of Tina in New York, came to see us in the tour in LA, and to be able to have her there in the audience. Also, Marla Gibbs was in the audience, Thelma Houston. There was so many stars, but of course, Dawn Lewis is a legend because of A Different World. I grew up in college. My college life was a part of that, and so to see her and to have her say kind things about my performance and to take a moment to spend some time with me was a blessing. So Dawn Lewis, amazing actress. As a matter of fact, we worked together years prior in the Sisters in the Spirit tour, and she was the host for the first leg of that tour. So we've worked together before, and here we are as colleagues. Zelma's, I call. I even had a T-shirt made with the Zelma's names on it because Jennifer Lewis, and then Dawn Lewis, and Roz White. It was great. It was great.
Oh.
Yes. These beautiful women. So in LA, I was invited to the home of Tanisha Laverne Grant, who was Miss Cheney University. She also invited another young woman who was Miss Lincoln University, and the three of us posed for these beautiful photos in Los Angeles to show the Black Don't Crack of the HBCU queen. These pictures were on a lovely night in LA, and we had some food and we just loved on each other and shared our experiences as campus queens. Nava Goodman, I'm sorry, is the other young lady, and she's was Miss Lincoln. These are beautiful women. I am older than them, and but as you can see, we could kind of all be in the same age range. You can't tell. Especially, with just the beauty of our faces. I just think Tanisha, she had a great idea to pull us together and to show the resilience, and that we are still upholding that standard of the HBCU for having some of the most incredible women and men, but incredible people be a part of the HBCU experience. And that HBCU campus queen is quite an honor that I wear very highly. I became the Miss Collegiate African American, which was the queen of all of the HBCUs. So I got a chance to meet 50 or more of these beautiful women. And Tanisha was one of the young women who came into the pageant by seeing my tape of Miss Collegiate. She was like, I want to do that. And so to know that you've touched somebody's life like that is more than you could pay for ever. It was a beautiful experience. So I want to thank Tanisha for that. Yolanda Adams changed my life. I keep saying that, but yes, my life has changed so many times. I've worked with Yolanda for many years, over 20 years, and she calls me whenever she calls. I go because she's an angel in my life. I got a chance to perform on her Grammy-winning record, The Experience, recorded right here in Washington, D.C. at Constitution Hall. She is definitely a big sister, and I also taught her daughter at Howard University, Miss Taylor, who looks exactly like her mom. And she's a brilliant singer and actress as well. And now she's modeling and acting in LA right now. So she's a Howard grad. it's just a wonderful full circle. Like I said, my life has been a series of full circles, and Yolanda has really, really been a blessing in my life for many, many years. So Duke Ellington School of the Arts is my alma mater. I graduated in the 80s when the school was, we were in DC in the midst of a lot of people leaving this earth, unfortunately. And it saved my life, certainly, to go to this school. Mike Malone and Peggy Cooper K-Fritz, their idea saved my life. Kathy Smith, who is the young woman in the picture, is the dance department. She's been in the dance department at Ellington for many, many years. And James Harris works at the British Embassy. And we were invited to perform for a program for Duke Ellington School of the Arts. Myself as an alum and a faculty member, to promote the school, to tell people that the school needs to exist. It needs to stay. We need to make sure that the funding is there so that these kids can have what they need to get the arts education that they need. I'm a huge arts education advocate. And so this was a lovely, James Harris is an alum of Ellington as well, and so is Kathy Smith. So this was a very full circle moment for us to come together to help bring awareness for our school. Courtney Baker Oliver is my brother from Howard University. Once again, he tells this story all the time, that he was in the audience in the third row when I won Miss Howard. And he says he is the president of the Roz White fan club, but he has also kept me working quite a bit in theater. Restoration Stage is his theater company, along with his husband, Stephen A. Butler Jr., who is a brilliant writer and actor as well. Courtney has directed me in theater, and he's my brother. And we have made some really wonderful, wonderful art together. This picture in particular is the night of my debut of my new piece, Roberta Flack's First Take. And we'll be talking about that as well. But yes, this was from that night. So love it. We have a 25, 30-year friendship right now. Yes, Courtney Baker Oliver. Same night. This is incredible. The gentleman in the photo, so Stephen Butler, Courtney Baker Oliver, and then the gentleman in the photo is Steve Novosel, who is the former husband of Roberta Flack, and they are still friends, and he still visits her, and he came to the show and was just moved to tears. And it, of course, was overwhelming for me to have, him in the audience and to approve of my interpretation of Roberta Flack. And she's a legend. She's a DC legend as well, because she's a Howard University graduate. And she also taught in the DC public school system. And she taught a very famous gospel star, Richard Smallwood. She was his piano teacher. And so Roberta Flack is a national treasure. And it's my honor to pay tribute to her. And I will be performing this piece all over the country, wherever I can, to let people know just how much she has influenced my career as well. Shanti Walker. Shanti Walker is a hairstylist extraordinaire and has been doing my hair, and he did my locks when I wore locks. He also is a very, very fine vocalist whom I work with quite a bit as well. This was the night of my tribute to the late, great Julia Nixon at Mr. Henry's. This was the holiday market as well, with Bo Geron Talley, who is an incredible guitar player. He's been playing with me for about coming up on 10 years now. He's incredible guitarist. Magic in those fingers. My and all of my girlfriends in my circle just love Bo because he's so cute. And but he's got a beautiful spirit, and I love working with him anytime I get a chance. Bo Geron Talley. Remember that name. He's incredible. These are my diva friends, Victoria Purcell Cohen and Ayana Ogunsunlade, who I've worked with for many years as well. This was for Silver Logan Sharp at City Winery, where we performed many songs, including Ray's Rock House by Manhattan Transfer, which brought the house down. These women are amazing. Victoria and I both worked with Yolanda together for a number of years. Ayana and I have done both music and theater together. I've played her mother a couple of times, and she was the Marie to my Rosetta in Marie and Rosetta, and she's incredible talent. These are incredibly talented women. Ayana is a Duke Ellington graduate, and Victoria and I met on the road with Yolanda. I got that gig, and I met Victoria the night before I had to go on stage, and we've been best friends ever since. It's amazing. It's pretty amazing. And they can sing. Down. So yes, this is Silver Logan Sharp. I call her sister cousin. This was my 49th, I called it 45 birthday party at Duke Ellington School of the Arts, where many of my former classmates showed up for me, sang me happy birthday. I danced with the chair of the dance department, Charles Augans, and we just had a good old time. Took off our shoes. It was lovely. Rayceen gave me a beautiful red carpet entrance with cameras flashing and interviews. I felt like I was at the Oscars, honey. It was fabulous. And yeah, this was a really special time. And Silver and I worked together a lot, and we will continue to until they drag us off the stage, because that's what we love. That's what we do.
I love it.
Well, that was quite a journey through an amazing network of divas. You have such a great, support and connection and family. It's really lovely to hear about us. But tell us, what is next for you? Tell us about your new and upcoming projects.
Well, recently, let's talk about this picture. I recently shaved my head. As a woman of a certain age, had been just insecure about losing my hair, and many women go through this, and so I'm not afraid or ashamed to talk about this, because I think more women need to be aware that it happens, and we are beautiful with or without. I wear many wigs. I love my wigs. I call them my girls, and so I keep them handy. But this has been very freeing for me, and it has really opened up quite a bit. I have become a model with this new look, and have been at Silver has a jewelry line, and she made me the face of her new jewelry line that she is coming out with. So this has been a great step for me to take everything off and just be free. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Yes, definitely. So that's one of my newer things, is walking into this new season free and unashamed of who I am. So this is great. Yeah, I love the bald head. It's getting a lot of attention, and I enjoy that. I'm an Aries. I like attention. So.
And I
So
love
yeah.
it for
Oh,
you.
Veils. This film. So I play Sabrina Fulton, who is the mother of Trayvon Martin, who was killed in 2012 by an off-duty neighborhood watchman who believed that he should not be in his neighborhood. We all know the story of Trayvon Martin. If we don't, here's why. Maybe some don't. There's a young woman who was a freshman at Howard this year who asked, "Who is Trayvon Martin?" So this piece is very important, that we tell our history. Some of it is dark and some of it is not pretty, but we need these stories told. And so Sabrina Fulton, on the day of Trayvon's funeral, is visited by a deity, Orisha Yemaya, played by my diva sister, Desiree Dubose, and she takes me on a journey where I meet the mothers of other slain men in the civil rights movement. So this is about the women who had to wear the veil. And Sabrina Fulton was thrown into this role, not an unwanted role of the mother of a movement. And this journey is definitely a painful one for her, wearing the veil. But she has to learn that you must lift the veil. And so that's the journey of Sabrina. Beautiful work that has been screened both in DC and LA, and will be available many places very soon. So please look out for that, as well as I just won an award for it, a Best Actress in a film for the San Antonio Black International Film Festival. The film won PG County Film Festival for Best Narrative, and cinematography was also awarded because our cinematographer, Dre Strong's incredible. Courtney Baker Oliver was the director of this film, and his husband, Stephen A. Butler Jr., was the writer of the script and played Tracy Martin, who is the ex-husband of Sabrina Fulton and Trayvon's father. So all-star cast. Howard University deep in this film. Brilliant performances by Bernie Alston and Desiree DuBose and Andrea Gerald and so many of these wonderful women that Candace Foreman, it's just Carissa. Oh my goodness, Carissa Mize. She's incredible. These women play different roles, from the four mothers of the four slain little girls in Birmingham to Martin Luther King Jr.'s mother to the mother of the little boy Virgil Ware, who was killed on the same day as the four little girls, but his story got downplayed because of the media. This is such a deep and wonderful film. Sandra Evers Manley produced this film and believed in it because she's Medgar Evers' cousin and wanted her cousin highlighted because he did so much work for us in the civil rights movement and his life was taken tragically. Kira Little DaCosta, who choreographed the piece as well, plays Merle Evers. There's so many brilliant performances in this piece, and I'm honored to be one of the actors in this piece and to be able to tell this story. So hats off to everybody that was involved with this film. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Amazing.
And this is my newest venture as well, Roberta's First Take. Roberta Flack recorded an album called First Take, and she performed it right in Mr. Henry's in Southeast Washington, D.C. And it's a very famous album cover. I decided to make this a theater piece and bring it to the stage, where I perform several of her songs as well as some other pieces that are poignant to that time. 1968 was a serious time, right? I said, going towards the assassination of Dr. King, and just having endured all of the things that happened during the time of the late 60s. And Roberta Flack not only is a national treasure as a musician, but she's a protest singer. She's one of those voices that we heard as a calm salve during that time of unrest. And it is my honor to pay tribute to her in this way. I do believe that she would be proud to see this piece being performed. So all hats off to Roberta Flack, Roberta's First Take.
Yeah, that's really some amazing work. You also mentioned that there was a cabaret that you're going to be involved in as well.
Yes, that is the cabaret. So this piece is performed by myself with background musicians, and it was performed first at the Arts Club of Washington, D.C., where I performed since high school. Beautiful place in Northwest Washington, D.C. And that cabaret is a part of a series that will be up and coming, and you'll be hearing about that soon as well. Conversations and Cocktails, Cabaret Conversations and Cocktails is the way that we're going to bring it to you. It's going to be very good. I'm curating some things here in Washington, D.C. for us to enjoy and to see some great artistry. So please be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, certainly. So, I mean, thanks for all of that information. As you can see on the screen, but you can tell our viewers a little bit more about how they can get in touch with you and how they can find out all of these amazing things. Make sure that we know when Veils is coming out and the other pieces that you're doing.
Yes, stay close to my Facebook and Instagram because that's where I kind of am the most. Just now starting with TikTok, but on Instagram it's Roz White Sings, and Facebook is C Roz White, and then TikTok is Roz White 29, and Twitter or X is Roz White 94. So all of these places I make announcements. Rayceen often shares what I put out there. Thank you so much for doing that, because people always call us, what are you doing? And I'm like, I was on my page. So thank you for sharing. Yes, all of these places will be where you can find information about what I'm doing and where I am in the world. Going into the later part of this season, I will be performing in Blues in the Night at Arizona Theater Company, playing The Lady from the Road. I've been doing that piece. Mike Malone cast me in that piece when I was 24, and I have been doing it. I've done several companies, worked with some greats in that musical, and I get to now be the leading lady. So I've grown into the leading spot in that production. So that'll be happening in Arizona in the later part of this season. So take it, look out for that. I'm sure there'll be some clips and a couple of interviews about that coming up very soon. So Blues in the Night, Arizona Theater Company. That's my most recent project I'm working on.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So viewers, please look in the description below for links So thank you so much again for talking with us today.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Rayceen.
We love you. Bye. Bye.
To those watching, please follow Team Rayceen on social media and subscribe to the Team Rayceen YouTube channel.
And viewers, thank you for watching.